Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Gifty. If this is your first time seeing me, I do videos here on YouTube. You're welcome to look around and join the family if you are not. So today we are doing a visa interview experience, and I have with me here two amazing people who are going to tell us their individual experience, and I'm also going to share mine. So stick around and stay till the end, and I hope you do enjoy the video. So let's just get right into this video. Hi guys, so I know this video is super long, but I promise you'll learn a lot. So stick till the end, and thank you for watching. See you at the other side. So Edwin, tell us, how was the environment like for you when you started this whole student visa journey?
For me, I was at the time I was a teaching assistant. I was still a teaching assistant at the University of Ghana, and I was waiting for my I-20. So it came. They actually brought it to the University of Ghana. I thought that was super strange. They brought it to the University of Ghana. Some FedEx motor carrier, and then I got my I-20. So I told my mom, oh, like they brought the I-20. So she just went online and she found a date, and she paid for it. And if let's say I got like my I-20 today, I booked the date for like next week or next 2 weeks. There were available dates. It was super chill. But I didn't even think about it, you know. Yeah, I didn't even think it was an afterthought. Most of my day was focusing on working in my lab and being a good teaching assistant and in my department. But yeah, it was super chill. Yeah, so booked the date, and I started to prepare for like the likely visa interview. Yeah.
So how did you go about your preparation?
Preparation. I had friends. I had this. So I did food science University of Ghana, but I did in food science you do 3 years of biochemistry. So I had like friends in biochemistry, and one of my biochemistry TAs had come here to for grad school. So I called him like, hey, like I got to school and like I'm going to do the visa interview. I booked the date. What documents do I need? So he gave me like a list. He sent me a list of documents I needed to prepare, and then also my mom is the imaginative like parent. So she's like, I need to cut my beard because I'm looking like I'm from the Taliban, and an American embassy will bounce me even at the gate because if I come with a beard and I'm looking like those people that are chasing around the world, will just grab me and she might not even see me again. Those things. So I had to shave. And at that time, I didn't even have this like full on beard. I had like just like the starter pack, like just the most like the slide mustache and like a small beard like Noah. So it's like yes, I mean, and I did it. I went to get a haircut. I trimmed my beard, so I was looking like a small boy. That's how my mom likes me. So yeah, I did all of that, and I selected like I mean, you also need to dress well. So I had this blue long sleeve shirt that I wore, like this button shirt. I ironed and I got ready for the interview. Uh, Nothing crazy. To be very honest, it wasn't something I was thinking about. I was like, when the day comes, I'll just go and do it. You know, yeah. There was no pressure. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's come to Noah. I think Noah and I will probably have the same experience in terms of preparation, but I'll let him go.
Yeah.
How was preparation? How was the environment like?
Well,
When you got your admission and then you started this whole visa journey.
Well, I think it was very exhausting. Yeah, so
I
we
agree
started
with you.
this journey somewhere in 2020, and COVID came, so no one was able to go to school. The embassies were closed and all that. So we had to wait until 2021, and I got my I-20 in January. And this time it was sent via email, which is different from the FedEx as Edwin mentioned. So after getting I-20, of course, I had to pay for my visa fee and service fee, among all that. Then the main challenge was with getting the interview date. So getting a regular appointment at the time, I think the earliest I got was in 2022 or 2023,
Which is this year.
which is this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the program was supposed to start in August 2021. which means I can't wait till 2022. Yeah. So I had to request for an emergency appointment. Then with emergency appointment, you have to monitor the website from time to time to be able to get a date. But the interesting thing about this is once you log on to this website multiple times, they will log you out for 72 hours.
Wow.
Yes. So this was the
a
time that we had to get communicative with other colleagues that were trying to get visa appointment at the time.
Yep.
So we formed a group that we had people to monitor the site at specific times. So someone is on duty at 10:30, another person is on duty at 10:40 in that order.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God, I
And
remember that.
interesting thing is someone could monitor and get a date, by the time the person reports, the slots are all gone. So we were on this, and the
Wait,
earliest.
when you say the time the person reports, in terms of calling in, but like,
Yeah.
so like, I'm on my laptop, like, I see like slots open, and I just put in a WhatsApp group, like, hey guys, that slots open.
No, the person books it first because obviously we are all looking for
And
it,
the
right?
booking takes less
So
than
if
5
I
seconds.
see, if I see that there's an opening in July, I pick it first before I take my phone and then report.
And by that time, someone has taken that appointment.
Yes.
Oh yes, by the time all
Wow.
of you
So-
go to the place, like
It's gone.
no appointment.
That's the
That's
interesting
crazy.
thing about it, yeah. So a lot of people were trying to book at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
I was able to get a day, which was I think 23rd September, but obviously the program will start before then.
Well, then.
Yeah, and you hear stories about people having to stay awake before getting their date, as at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., which
Wow.
means you don't have to sleep. You have to monitor all the WhatsApp platforms that you are on, be in contact with your friends on the regular.
Yes.
So I was finally able to get a date on a Tuesday, and I had to go for my interview on a Thursday. So the mistake that I did was I was too focused trying to get an appointment date that I wasn't even preparing.
Yeah.
I didn't have a passport photograph ready at the time, and I was lucky enough I didn't have to provide a bank statement, so it made things easier. I just had to travel from Kumasi on Wednesday, get to Accra in the evening, and go for my interview. Yeah.
Wow, Noah's story is kind of very similar to mine,
Yeah.
but for me, I started mine early because I wasn't going to come to the school, right? So in 2020, like early 2020, I already had my my I-20 from like a different school. I was working on it, and the only thing left was for me to pay my visa fee. Then COVID happened. Then the school was like, "No, we cannot give you funding." I was like, "Whoa!" I just looked back and I was like, I had admission from MSU, so let me just grab that one. I grabbed it. I had my I-20. I had paid my civis fee that time. So when COVID happened and then we couldn't go to school that year, the following year it expired because I paid it.
Oh,
I
wow.
paid in March. I paid on March 7th, 2020. And as of March 7th, 2021, dates were still unavailable for us to get in. So for me, I kind of had like a regular date. So my first date that I had was 5th May, right, to go for my interview. I was preparing while I was kind of doing my own thing in Ghana.
Yeah.
So like all the way from March 2021 to May, I was preparing. And then like 2 weeks to 5th May, they sent us email saying that they've canceled our appointments. I was like, what? So I already had like my documents ready because like I knew I was going for a regular interview. Then this whole thing about emergency thing came in, and then I had another date in June, and I booked it. That was regular. I booked it. So I was like booking regular dates, but it was being cancelled because of COVID and all that. And as at that time, for you to be able to book an emergency, you have to wait until 120 days.
Yeah.
It shifted from 120 days to 60 days. Then you move later on to 45 days.
Yes.
And then the silly thing about it was we did not know that we were supposed to count the business working days. So we
Yeah.
counted together with the weekends.
So Saturday, Sunday.
So if you are counting from your start date, 45 days away from there, you're ending somewhere in the middle of July. And you're like, do I have to wait all the way till like July before I do this whole emergency thing? it was very frustrating.
Wow.
Like, it was bad. So like later on, we got the hint that you are not supposed to count holidays and then weekends because they don't work on that day, like on those days. So we did it, and then I realized that we were in like last week of June, and then that time my I-20 had a start date 2nd August. So like if I had done the weekend thing, I would have probably felt like in May. And we had already passed May and then almost ending June. I realized I was supposed to even book my emergency like somewhere in June, like the very beginning of June. So like I immediately put in the request, and it was granted like a week after. Like people were getting their grants like 3 hours after, 8 hours after, like a day after, and I had to wait for a whole week. It was very frustrating. I was emailing the embassy asking them what is wrong, what's going on, and all that. The frustration was really real. And then the whole idea of the first has become the last. Those started cropping in, like you had a date in 5th May, and then now you have to be struggling and all that. It was a real pain, but it might also happen the same story as Noah, like getting a date on Tuesday and having to go on Thursday. And how it happened was I was in the same group as Noah, and I was on duty. I went to check. I had already booked a date on 15th July. It didn't work. So the other issue was you book a date, it will not work. Like you see the date or you book, it will not work. So I did it. It happened that same. They said issues. I was like, okay, well, I didn't get a date. So on Tuesday afternoon, I was going to do. I think I was supposed to check it at 12:10. I was going back to my dashboard, and I realized that I had an appointment on 15th May. So that was 13th July. Sorry, 13th July. And then I said I had an appointment on 15th July. I was freaking out, but I was freaking out for the interview, not for document, because I had everything prepared. Bank statement, everything. In fact, I took land documents. My this thing was very big.
Why'd you and that's crazy, because why did you take a bank statement? Because the I-20
says fully funded. But
so why do you need a
the funny
bank
thing is, when we start talking about our transcript and the questions that we asked, we realized that they were asking us about finances, although they knew that it was fully funded. They asked us.
They asked about finances. That's crazy.
Yeah, because
get that question.
They mostly know that yes, the school is paying some part, but you still have to support yourself some way somehow.
You don't have to support yourself some way somehow.
At the COVID season, I guess.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was
crazy.
crazy.
Bank statement.
I did. I had a bank statement. I had a lot of documents. Like, oh my god, I cannot. Wow. It was like that. In fact, I had 3 files, and all of them were.
That's crazy, because like thinking back to mine, like I didn't even want to take a file. So yeah, I'm glad this thing happened when I was like trying to get like a visa, because I was even like I was even trying, like me, I didn't care, like
you didn't care.
I was worried about like I had like quizzes, and I used to grade, and then lab reports to grade. So that's where my mind was at. So if he came to stress me with this document and that document, I when I took a file for my documents that morning, my mom saw me with the papers. Was like, Eddie, take a file, and that's when I took a file.
The situation would have made you be prepared for it. Right. So that is it. So
I agree, but I'm glad I didn't have to go through that. I agree.
It really opened our eyes to a lot of things. So. So that was my experience. I also had to like hop into a bus, from Kumasi to Accra like on Wednesday, and then I got to Accra. Let's get into how the D-Day, and then let's talk about the questions that we were asked, and if you remember how we answered it, fine. If not, So we start with you.
So for me, and I didn't even talk about document. That's how much I even care about this thing. I didn't talk about document preparation, but I spoken to like, give me a list, and I just just 5 things in the list, so I just took them off. Service fee, I didn't even know, like I think my mom told my auntie paid it, so I was like, oh, here's your service fee receipt, so I printed that, and I had the visa fee receipt, and then passport pictures, and the I-20 document, and my transcripts from school, and the admission letter. And so I took that. My mom gave me a file in the morning, put that in there. I had a friend who, my friends like in my neighborhood had a car, and so he was like, oh, I'll take you to them, because he was super excited. He was more excited like for me going to the US. Me, I was like, my guy, don't stress me. So he took me there at like 6 a.m. and we went early because even though I think my appointment was around like 8 or 9, but my mom said, "Oh, trust me, you need to go early because the American embassy there's always a line." And I was like, "Why?" That's like I was like, "Why would there be a line at the American embassy?" At the time, and Ghana has changed since then. At that time, I wasn't really attuned to the political climate and things happening in Ghana, but I thought Ghana was alright. So and truth, my mom said, I got to the embassy like long line, not inside though, like outside.
Yeah.
That's I was like, why are we outside? Why are we outside? Because there are seats there. Outside, and there are some people who are Ghana. Anytime there's bureaucracy for getting for a document or getting something, you have some people, guru boys, call them guru boys, who be outside and hey, be in the queue.
That hasn't changed.
And
it's not changed.
and I wore my blue shirt too. So I'm like, I wear this my blue long sleeve shirt and can't be standing outside in this long queue. I just kept quiet. I just waited. Let me just get inside. So I go inside and so I by it takes a long time to get to that final interview. So even before the interview, you do a biometric thing. So when I got to the biometric, I was shaking. I was shaking a bit because I was like, oh, this is the interview. I'm shaking a bit. They was like, Edwin. Yeah, I was like, yeah. It's like, relax. This is not the interview. I was like, oh.
I thought you didn't care. Why are you shaking?
No, pressure. Because what people are told you. And to add to this, I was also prepared for visa questions. And so after work, I'll look at it on my phone. And my friend here, the TA, my biochemistry TA, he has sent me this PDF from a site called Nairaland. And Nairaland is Nigerians who had gone for visa interviews, and most of them grad students. So they have done a compilation of the questions people asked. I was just going through the questions just to see how it would go and things. So I prepared. So that's how I was a bit jittery because I'm like, hey, these questions, I remember how to answer them. So I did my biometric and then moved on to the next stage. That was the interview. And the interview was this guy, he was American. I was just looking at documents. He was like, what school did you go to? I was like, University of Ghana. Oh, okay. What department? In what do you call nutrition and food science? Oh, okay. Are you married? No. Okay. Cool.
No.
Come for a visa. When?
What?
And that was it. And
that's less than 1 minute.
Yeah. So I didn't even those Nairaland questions, and it wasn't even necessary. And if they were necessary, I would have been in trouble because I didn't spend time to memorize everything. So I was like, cool. I wasn't married. I knew my department. I knew the university I went to. That's all I needed.
I can imagine.
Because the way you guys are even talking right now, it's before you even get to the interview, you are stressed. You are there are a lot of people. So you're even feeling more anxious. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I didn't have to go through that.
Yeah. What about you, Noah? The D-Day, what happened?
Well, on the D-Day, I didn't have to travel an hour to the embassy. Just 15 minutes, I think. Yeah. And I had already watched some videos on the embassy.
Oh.
So I kind of just had a general idea
of how it looks like.
Yes.
Okay, the
and
stages.
there are some people that had already gone for interview, and that included you. So I knew of the big three that you have to wait under. And my appointment, I think, was 9 or 9:30. I got there around 8, and in an African print, all right. Yeah, I didn't want to wear a suit to see.
That's so serious and eager.
So I waited under the big three with a lot of people, and I was actually surprised how all those people got spots for the 29th.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised.
So we had the Guru boys, as you mentioned, that came, and they will tell you, all right, 8:30, join the queue. So those guys joined. Then 9 followed. I think I was in 9 or 9:30.
Yeah.
And when they mentioned, I also joined the queue, all right. So you had to be in this queue outside the embassy, and you follow the queue until you enter the embassy. Once you enter you have to wait under this canopy over there.
Yes.
So we were going in batches of 5. So when it was my turn to enter where the real interview was done, I did my biometric, and where the documents are checked before you go to the main interview section. I also thought that was the interview. But this time it was a black lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I thought this was the interview that was going to happen, but she just
and it was a black person, so
Yes.
you're like, oh, I'm relaxed.
And she just scanned the document, and I had to join the main queue to where we had 3 Americans.
The consulate.
Yes. And of course, I knew that we had a bald guy
The
Yes.
famous bald man
who is very famous.
in our time.
Yeah. So I was in the queue, and once you get there, you hear the questions that they're asking other people.
Yes.
When people get bounced or their visas will be approved, you get to know too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was in the queue going, I saw people get bounced. So the instinctive thing to do now is to pray I don't go to where they are bouncing people a lot. Yeah. So I was feeling some
Anxious,
tension.
yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling anxious. So what I tried to do at this point is to pretend I wasn't hearing the question. Yeah. That was the ostrich approach I had to use.
Wow.
So I didn't want to hear the questions at that moment because I would start thinking of answers. And when I start thinking of answers, I will
messed it up. Yeah.
mess up. Yeah, so I just relaxed. Then when it got to my turn, I went right straight to the view and I greeted, and this man didn't even respond. The first thing was he was going to ask for the document, and I had already passed them to him. So his first question was what my study plans in the US is.
Wow.
I had already read some transcripts, which I tried to memorize answers, but I talked to a friend who helped me with the process. He made me aware that I don't have to memorize any answers. I just have to answer.
Yeah.
So when he asked my study plans in the US, I told him what I'm going to study, the school, and my plans, which of course included coming back to Ghana to do something.
Very important. If you don't say you're coming back to Ghana, when the question, what's your study plan is, like immediate
Wow.
rejection.
Yeah,
Like,
if you-
like you are not coming back.
Yeah,
Yes.
illegal immigrants.
Illegal.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what
that's
it
the
is.
word.
Since it's a non-immigrant visa,
Yeah.
they're trying to grant. Yeah. So that was my first question, and I think that was the toughest or the most important question in the interview section. Once I finished answering that question, he just asked where I had my previous education, and I did mention that in the program I read. He checked my transcript and he took out his sticker, which I was expecting, and after the sticker, he still went on to ask a question, which I don't remember because I knew obviously I'm getting my visa approved. So basically, that was it. It lasted less than 2 minutes, but
Yeah, it's worth
That
it. I
was-
mean, now
yeah.
you're here.
But like, and you saying less than 2 minutes. So I was like
Yes.
30
30 seconds. I mean,
yeah.
It was 30 seconds. Like, and it was just like, chum, chum, like the document was like, and I said, okay.
And the interesting thing is, the moment you walk out of there, the way your visa is approved, your working changes.
oh my God, that is a fun part.
Yeah.
That's a fun part. So for me, the usual, like mothers being very, particular about it. And because I have natural hair, I was like, no, I don't want to braid my hair because it might even cause like issue. So I was like, I'll tie my hair back and do, straight pony. So my face will show, like, and I trust that one because I had done like, several times.
And just like to talk about, that's crazy because like, even in America, it's crazy that you think about, because in America, like African American women weren't like, not that they weren't allowed, there was no set rule, but your probability of getting a job was higher if you had like the straight hair.
Yeah.
Or like
If
kind of
you leave your
more
nappy.
Eurocentric hair, not even natural, but like even like what perming your hair, perming your hair.
If you have nappy hair, you don't.
Yeah, so like for like like you not doing braids, maybe that was a good decision. Maybe.
Yeah. So that I did that. I went to get my straight dress black because like I wasn't like into that, the whole skirt thing. Like I'm not that person. So I was like, let me stick to that straight dress. And that day, my appointment was at 10:30 a.m. I got there at 6 a.m. Yes,
That's really
6
early.
a.m. because like I left the place like 4 a.m. and I got at 6 a.m. So I was ready for them. But when I got there were a few people there. I met this like girl that was like super scared. Oh my god, I've not seen anybody who's like this scared. Like I was like, what is happening? Like it's a normal thing. Like relax.
Yeah.
She was so scared and she was memorizing her things and all that. People were praying. Oh my god, you have no idea.
Wow.
So as time like moved on like to the 7:30s and then the 8 o'clock, people like there were a lot of people there. So we all had to gather under the tree, the famous tree, and those who were doing yo-yo are doing yo-yo. Those who are calm and sitting somewhere are calm. Then the people came and they started arranging us. 8:30 people will go in, but because it was like a lot of people, it takes a long time for you to get someone to be back, to tell us that, oh, this is what is happening.
Yeah.
Right. So because I was 10:32, I had that opportunity to wait for the 8 o'clocks to come in. So some people will come in and they are so happy that people that came there with their parents and their siblings, they'll be jumping and all that, and they are like, God, please bless me like this person. Like, you be, talking to them, how was it? How many counselors are there? How and all that. We were all relaxed, and I had three files. So yeah, you can imagine. It got to my turn. So it got to my turn, and the same process. Walk through the entrance. They check your document. They make sure that you have an appointment because you need to take your appointment receipt, the confirmation receipt that you have an appointment on this said date at this said time. That's how you can go. So I got in, the same thing, wait at the canopy, and then you go in, your documents are being checked. There are some people at the gates that will make sure you arrange your documents in order. So there are some 6 documents which I'm going to talk about that you need. It's very crucial. Then other supporting documents, which is like the transcript, your bank statement is not even a required document.
Yeah.
Those are
For
supporting. Yeah, those are supporting documents. But there are 6 main documents that you needed for you to go through that visa interview. So go through it, check documents. Now, I was looking very, prim and proper like that. I was like, no, I'm not going to be denied. I got in and
Oh, wow.
people that were in front of me were denying, and then the famous bald man was here. There was a woman here, and there was this young.
Why'd you context? Like, so why'd you
The
guys call the
famous
famous
bald. Oh my!
man?
He was bouncing
is it-
people.
Hey.
It was
Involved.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy. He was bouncing people left, right. I mean, in front of me, and I was nearly going to him. In fact, God redirected my path to that young man.
So another thing I'll say, it's like about the bouncing thing. And this is my theory and like speculation, but I think like visa requirements and like visa accept, like given a visa in America, I think the government communicates certain things to the embassy. For example, when I was coming, I think there was a need for like grad students, because if you're American, America is a land of opportunity. You don't really, I mean, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you really need like a grad degree. But so like during people coming to grad school, and grad school, that's where the research happens. So you definitely need people to be in grad school. So there was that need. So I think my time, most people that were coming for grad school, and especially they had fun. If you have fun, it means, oh, like this person is smart. Like you want this person to come. So that's when they ask, are you married? No. Okay. Yeah. But I think maybe during your time, COVID, and also that there's like maybe the number of grad students from, and I mean, you're not Ghanaians, they're Ghanaians, they are Ghanaians, then bigger picture, they're Africans, then there are other continents, there's Asia, then like other people are coming, even British come here for grad school.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it had gotten to a level where maybe America felt, oh, we don't need
There's
so
enough.
many
Yeah.
grad students. So maybe that also like affected like.
Oh well, that
I think-
could be
Yes,
true.
I think that
could
could
be
play a
true.
major part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the first question that he asked me was, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, you will laugh, but you can laugh at
Wait, so you went to the bald man?
No.
Oh,
I went to
okay.
this young gentleman who's like, he went for lunch and he came in like
Oh, so
on the
he's
very
80,
minute.
yeah.
Say in
So-
his 40s.
No. He was a very young man.
Very young,
Yeah, young,
alright.
young, like 30s, like early or late.
Wait, so none of you got a bald man?
No.
No.
The first question was, where are you going? I mean, I have my transcript here. That's why I'm looking at my phone. And I was like, I'm going to pursue a master's in Montana State University in the United States at Bozeman. Then he was like, why MSU? Then I was like, I remember my answer because I have it here. I was like, MSU has a well-structured course with a good blend between theoretical. I said all this with a good blend between theoretical and practical skills. And there is a 44.6% fewer than 20 students in a class, which will only not give me knowledge, but expose me to cultural diversity. This was what did it for me. Like me being able to recite all this was like the deal breaker for me.
I think a part of that sounds like my SOP.
The statistic did it for me because at the end of the day, I was like, yeah, then he asked me, how are you going to fund your school? What I said was, I have a GTA, which is a graduate teaching assistantship that takes care of my tuition and will give me a stipend of this amount. So hence full funding. Wow. I was very prepared.
Wait, you guys see how much you're going to get?
Yes.
I even know that.
Because we had, after the items, we had an offer letter that had the.
I think I had that too, but I didn't read it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you were not concerned. If you were in our shoes, you were concerned.
I think the question about funding is really important.
Yes.
So once you have funding and how you're able to approve the answer to that question will guarantee your visa.
Because now they were not concerned about you having full funding. They can. I have full funding. They asked me this question. Then they asked me which school did you go to. Then I was like KNUST. I did an actuarial science. So I thought the next question was going to be why the switch. Because I was prepared for that one. I was going to nail it.
She prepared for it.
I was really prepared because imagine I was preparing for March. All the way from March. So I was super prepared. But then the next thing that I heard was congratulations, your visa has been approved. And
he said congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
It means they knew they were bouncing people. Yes. Because they didn't tell me, I don't think they told me congratulations.
He didn't tell me congratulations. He just said, come for
He told me congratulations, your visa has been approved.
Actually, he wasn't smiling that day.
Then he gave me the white paper. The white paper that shows that you have been given a visa. You can imagine. Yes, white paper that had a description on it that you should come for it tomorrow at this time.
Okay.
So they will have the visas ready. Now I knew somebody in the queue or in the line that was like behind me. So he told me that when I was working out, I was working in a stylish way. Me, I don't remember. Yeah. But I know
so that once you are outside, you kind of see everybody the way they go in and the way they come out.
Yes. So you know, the people that are outside will know if you are being bounced. He was like, hey, Gifty, you were giving some model work. I was like, yeah, my visa has been approved.
to be honest, and that's crazy because if you hadn't brought this visa thing up, I would have even forgotten that was the process in coming here. Because like and now that we are talking, I'm thinking like I even did I have a friend called Ralph in Virginia doing chemistry, and like he was the one who even like, Charlie, I want you rehearse, do a mock interview with me or something. So who even prompted me to so he would call me and drill me with some of these questions on the transcript, and he told me to watch mock interviews on YouTube. But I watched one or two. But for me, the hardest part, if you ask me, how did I get to come here for grad school? The first thing I think about is GRE. Because that was when, when I was working out, I was like, yes, I did it. I was excited.
Visa was is the
this stress is over. This whole interview, I was like, we are done.
You have no idea. That was a deal breaker for us.
Wow.
Working out and coming out to see the people and everybody's happy for you and all of the congratulations.
Hey, people are happy for you.
Hey, definitely. You will not be happy.
So it's two things. So the bag that you send there is a clear bag. Mm-hmm. So if you come out with your passport, it means you've been bounced.
Okay.
Because your passport is being retained.
Yeah. So if you see people coming out with passport, definitely they are not coming to where the crowd is. It's just like that. And you don't want to come out. So I told myself, I'm not coming out with my passport. Yeah, that was our mantra. So, I'm not coming out with my passport. So in that case, I said, hey, even if you are not taking it, I will leave it there. Wow. Which I wasn't going to do though. Yeah. So
that was it. That was really it. It was. Yeah. I mean, now that I look back, I'm like, it's been a funny journey for me, even through visa and even coming here, which we get another video. it's, I mean, talking about what shocked us and what, we fell out from, and the things that we realized that, hey, it's not true, hey, it's true, and all that. It's been a fun journey for us, and I think it was for you. Maybe because you don't care. You probably, didn't see the whole fun aspect. But we did.
The fun journey, like
coming to the UK.
It wasn't fun. It was stressful.
It was really stressful.
It wasn't fun. It was stressful. Because you're playing for a very long time. Like we're traveling for a very long time.
No, I didn't. We traveled for a long time. That's true. That's true. Delta 10 hours sitting like on your back for 10 hours.
Well, I went through the UK before coming,
so that would be another video, guys. I hope you have learned a lot from our little...
Did you want to mention those 6 documents that you say?
Yes, I am going to. So that's like a different... I want to end this. So guys, there you have it. Like, that is like our fun visa interview experience. It's been a journey coming, and I hope you've learned a lot from our little, giggling and talking about this, because like, when you remember it, it tickles your mind, and all the, the struggles and then everything. And now you are here, your dreams have been realized. So any final words to people that are watching this video right now and are also on the same journey as we are? We don't know what will happen. COVID might still persist or may go away, things may change, but what is that one thing that you want to tell other people?
For me, I think, and maybe this is new thinking, I don't know what I would have done if maybe I'd been rejected, but I think that whether you're rejected or accepted is not the end of the world, and like life goes on. It's just a stage, and I'm sure most of the people watching this video are young, so if you get rejected, hey, like life,
do it again.
Yeah, life goes on. Try again if you really want to come here. Try again, or like, move on, like do something in life, but like getting accepted was good, and I'm glad I got a visa. I'm glad I'm here, but to me, like with all that stress, like, hey, if you do it and it works out, great, like glad you're here, but if it doesn't work out too, like it's not the end of the world. Like, and I thinking about like we struggling to enter like another person's country, and I mean, sometimes it's sad, like hearing that like you guys have to go through these things, because I have a friend who she's Cameroonian, but she went to Tanzania to get an American visa, and she said when she got there, there was no one at the embassy.
People went to Ivory Coast.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no one at the embassy because like not because what do you call it, Tanzanians don't like a good life or they don't like opportunities, but to them they didn't define opportunities with America. So like I think I'll be really excited when the Ghana can get to that stage where we don't define opportunities by like coming to America. Yeah, but I mean, accepted, rejected, life goes on.
Yeah. What about you, Noah?
Well, congratulations if you've had an offer by this time. And what I would say is that don't try to go through this process in isolation. Try to talk with people that are also trying to get their visa, people that have already done it. And if you are watching videos or if you are preparing, don't just limit it to people that got theirs approved. You can watch videos on people that got rejected.
Yeah.
The simple mistakes that they think they made and that got them rejected. So learn from all aspects and it will be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I would say is, just so you have watched to this end, know that each and everyone's experience will be their own. Yeah. Your experience will not be my experience. Mine will not be yours. Just try to own your own experience, and when you think about it, it will tickle your mind. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have learned a lot. I hope this video helps you through this journey that you are on. And stay around, join the family. If you are not subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button and hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified anytime that I'ma post a new video on YouTube. You know how we do it. Like this video, comment below if you have any question, and I'll be sure to answer you. So with that said, bye.
What is that?
It's my own thing. I'm sorry, guys.
I think
Yes. This is how we sign out. Okay. Bye, guys. Won't you bye off?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.